How much time do you spend on your recruitment process every month? And how efficient is it? Well, I'm Yasmin Batistella, account manager for existing clients at Odoo, and today I'm going to show you a solution that will help you improve your recruitment process flow and its efficiency. When a company grows, it is normal that the need for recruiting new employees also increases. Take Odoo as an example. We grew considerably in the last years, and last year we hired up to 1,000 employees. When your company starts to grow, or if your company is already growing, the need will be there for you too. And when this need surges, it can be quite overwhelming for our HR team or whoever is recruiting to tackle all the different applicants at the same time. It's different people, different culture, different needs as well, different positions. So it can be quite overwhelming. For that, we have the Recruitment App. Our integrated app will help you and your HR team to recruit as fast and as easy as possible. With our recruitment app, you can go from sourcing to contract, handling the process in the easiest way possible. You can organize your job applications, you can publish and unpublish them, you can track job offers and the different channels, and you can customize as you wish to fit the need of your company. Our recruitment app on the other versions was already really good, but now with the new features on Odoo 16, it's even more amazing. We have, for instance, OCRs on CV that will help you digitalize the most important information present on your applicant CV and send it immediately, fill it immediately on your applicant form. We also have now the skills on the applicant form as well. You can fill in all the skills of your applicants, and if you create an employee afterwards from his form, all the information, all the skills will be transferred to the employee form immediately as well. And with the skills on applicants, we can also filter the skills afterwards in each job position. So if, for instance, I need someone that speaks French for a specific job position, I can immediately filter and see who in the pipeline has that skill. We also have now new reportings that will give you even more insights on your recruitment process as well. And we have the CV visualization, where you can see the CV of your applicant at any time during the process on their application form. So now that I've talked about it, let me show you how it works on our V16 database. Let's do it. So here we have our database open. Let's open our recruitment app. Once we open the recruitment app, we already have some important information that is displayed for us. Now I am the HR manager at my company, and I'm going to show you how we handle it the best way possible. So here I have all the job positions I've created so far, and I can immediately see the ones that are published and the ones that are not published. And I can do that with one click, just by clicking here. However, I made a mistake. Maybe I do want a new trainee, but here I can see that before I was recruiting I wanted to recruit four trainees. However, now I only need 3. So let me change it by coming to the 3 dots here. And I can immediately change the target for new employees on the position, and I can add extra information such an email alias. Let's save it and let's publish it. And now the trainee position will be available on the website for our future trainees to apply. Here we have other very important information at a glance as well. Here we can see immediately, as I showed you, the amount of people you want to recruit for the position, the quantity of applications we have on the pipe at the moment. We can also see the activities we have for today, or the late activities that must be tackled immediately. And not only that, we also have more information coming back to the three little magical dots. We can view our applications from here. We can view interview forms if there is any. We can check all the activities, both late and current. And we can also have an overview of our trackers. As you can see, it's very easy to check all of that. We can also create a new application directly from here, and we can have access to the different reporting for this job position with just one click. And if you feel like it, why not change the color of the position as well to red? It's very important that it's red. As you can see here, or you might have noticed, I have a little star near this position for marketing and community manager. What does that mean? Well, it means that I'm urgently in need of someone for this position. So I've started because I want to prioritize it. So now let me show you how my future employee can apply for this position from our website. Let's open, and here we have an overview of the job offer that was published on our website. This is what my future employee will be looking. So he can read what we wrote, he can check if he's fit for it, and if he likes what we are offering, and he can apply. So let's say that Robert Johnson wants to apply for this position. And he can fill in his CV and submit it. Well, now we have a new applicant on our pipeline. And this is the message our future employee will be seeing. And he'll be waiting for our call, so we must go back and tackle it as soon as possible. Let's go back to our recruitment app. And let's open our position by clicking here on the name. Once we click on the name of a position, we open our pipeline, and here we can see already the stages I've previously set. So for me, it is important to have an initial qualification, a first and second interview, and we also have the stage of the contract proposal, not forgetting the ones that were signed as well. Here, that's how it works for us, but if for your company, for instance, you want to add an extra stage or delete one of the stages, is also possible. It's customizable to fit your needs. But here, I think this is fine. This is how my HR staff likes to work, and it works for us. So I can see already as an HR manager, I can see that I have a first interview that is for today, as I can see that it's yellow. I have a late second interview as it's red. I can see that it's late, and I can see already that I have a contract proposal scheduled. Here, I am filtering by applied job, but you can filter by your own applications or archive, refuse. You can choose what you want to see. And do you remember I mentioned about the skills beforehand? Well, here I can group by skills and check and visualize already immediately who are the ones speaking French, who are the ones speaking Spanish, German. So I can have an overview what my applicants have as skills. But let's tackle now the application from Robert that just applied with us. I can open it, and I have his first application form here. I can come here to the CV visualizer, and I can open it where I can see his CV that he submitted. Here I can see his soft skills, his marketing skills, which is very important, his languages, even his interests. He likes video games. Well, why not? He seems fit for the position. Let's schedule a first interview. By clicking here, I change the stage. So now his application is on the first interview stage. And once I've changed the stage, a message was sent to him saying that we received his application and we are working on it. So we had a first contact to schedule our meeting, and I can access my calendar just with that smart button. Let's say I want it tomorrow morning. Create. And voila, we have our meeting scheduled with Robert. Once the meeting was scheduled on my calendar, as Odoo is very integrated, I can already see that an activity was scheduled for me here. So I'm sure I'm on top of it and I won't forget Robert. Let's say that the day of the interview has arrived and it's my time to talk with him. During our talk, he mentioned that he is experienced, so I created a tag that he also likes IT. So let's put it here as a tag. I set myself or Mitchell as an interviewer, and my appreciation for him keeps growing, so I will give him a 3 stars. I like him. And he also mentioned the source where he found our job. He saw us on Facebook. Seems to be working. And he also mentioned his expected salary. And a car. Seems reasonable. So I had a talk with him, and we also talked about his skills. I can already enter the skills that we've talked about. For instance, languages, I see that he speaks good English. So he also mentioned that he speaks Spanish. Let's add it here because it seems important. And of course, the marketing skills, as he's very skilled. Those were the skills we talked about. Those are the ones I feel like I need to enter at the moment. But if in the future I talk to him about other skills, I can also add it at any time. Let's save it all. It's important. And after some consideration, I do think Robert is really fit for this position. I don't think we need a second interview as we urgently need someone. And he's very fit. He does his job well, but I do want a second opinion. So let me tag my colleague Mark here and ask him to check his CV. And once I've tagged him here, he will open the application himself, check the CV, and he can answer me here, or he can send me a message on the chatter. So, or he can come to me and see me and tell her what he thinks of it. And he did. And he thinks that Robert is very skilled as well, and he likes it. So we believe together that we are ready for a contract proposal. So I can simply skip the second interview and click on the contract proposal immediately. Once I've done that, the stage here also changed. And here it's important to notice that I will always have the history, so I can check it at any time needed. Let's go back. So we've sent the contract proposal. Robert liked it very much. He said we are very fast and he likes the position, so he signed. Well, voila, we have our new marketing and community manager. So since we hired him, it's time for us to create his employee form. As you can see, I just clicked on one button and I am already creating his employee form. Here, as I mentioned before, the skills were immediately transferred to the employee form, so I don't need to do it again myself, which is very handy. Let's save it for the moment, and we have him. He's hired. As you can see here, he's our employee right now. Robert did mention at some point that he applied for another position at the same time, so I can check this position by clicking on this smart button right here. And indeed, I can see that Robert applied for the Human Resources Manager and that he was refused, most probably because my colleague saw as well that he was hired on the other position. So she refused him, but I can still check if needed. But voila, we have our manager. He starts working next week, and we are very happy with it. As you can see, being fast and being effective, having an efficient recruitment process is very important. But another thing that is also very important is to track the results of it, is where we will see where we can improve and what we are doing good. And for that, we can use our reporting. We can check our recruitment analysis. We can see the amount of people that was hired, the process duration. We can have different information here already. We can check the source analysis. Here, for instance, we see that LinkedIn and Facebook seems to work. So maybe it's time for us to promote a little bit more on those platforms. We can also check the time and stage for the positions. Here, for instance, I can see that we spent quite a lot of days on the contract proposal stage for the experienced developers. So I might want to check with my colleague what is happening and try to speed up the process. And I can also check my team performance. Here I can see the total applicants, the total meetings, the ratio. So everything is here. Everything is here to help me and help you improve your recruitment process as well. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Bye. Okay, let me open the pad. Yes.
So we don't have so much questions on the pad, but maybe we can just discuss a little bit on how the application is integrated with the rest of the other application.
Of course. For instance, our recruitment app is integrated with the website. As you could see, we can immediately enter and go to the job page by by the recruitment app on the job position. It is also integrated to contacts, as we can see that we can immediately see the contact form once we create the employee. So it's integrated to so many different apps, and that will make you, in this case, our client's life much easier. We have a question.
Yes, I think someone wants to know how the data from the CV can be transferred automatically into the application form.
Yes, you can use OCRs for that. So once you buy the OCR pack, it's linked to your account, of course. And with the OCRs, you can send the CV for digitalization. And once that is done, the CV is processed on the system, and all the important information that is present on the CV, for instance, the emails, phone, and all the other important information will be immediately transferred to their application form, so you don't need to fill in by yourself.
Okay, fine. Very interesting. And do you know how can you send to an applicant different options, different dates, so he can choose the best date that suits him the best before his first meeting, for example?
Yeah, you can send him your availabilities through Odoo, and he can choose the one that suits him the best. And he will be able to see your calendar, so you can already immediately have an activity set once you have the meeting with him.
Okay, fine, thank you. Someone asked if the application can automatically take the data from the CV into the system, but I think we answered that with the OCR.
Yes, it's the OCRs, is it indeed?
Yes. And someone else wants to know if we can send multiple contract propositions and if they can be tracked, whether they were accepted or not.
So you can definitely track the contracts that were signed or not using the recruitment app. For the contract proposition, usually you send one by one because according to the the employee form from the employee form. But if you want to have more information about that, we also have the booth with the product owners from the Recruitment App. So you can discuss with him a little bit further about the multiple contract propositions as well.
Okay, thank you. I believe we have another question about whether employees, I mean that by employees, we mean the guy using Odoo or the girl using Odoo.
Yes.
Does she or he receive an email when they are tagged in the notes in the chatter? Is it connected to Google or Microsoft Calendar?
Yes, they do receive an email. It's very similar, if you use Odoo already, it's very similar to the emails that is sent when you decide to send an email from Odoo, directly from Odoo, and you can receive it on your Gmail as well. So every time the stage changes, you can choose to send an email and tell your future employee that he is ready for the next stage. So he can wait for maybe a second interview.
Okay, super easy then. Someone wants to know if it's possible to group the skills for a better view on skills reporting. So I think it's on the view that you showed us right before.
Indeed, you can group by skills and the different skills that you add, for instance, on their applicant form. And once you add them on the applicant form, you can group by not only language, but you also have marketing, IT knowledge, if I'm not mistaken, and even music. If they like to play guitar, why not?
Okay, if you want to recruit based on that,
Yes.
why not? Someone wants to know if the recruitment management can handle planning of recruitment. So let's say per year. I guess if we want to, for example, employ 30% next year, I mean,
Yeah, you can
is
set.
it possible?
Yeah, you can set, for instance, as I showed on the first view, you can see the goal. So you can set a goal for that position specifically. It can go from 1 to, well, if you need 30 developers, why not? So you can see the goal you have as well, if you have one.
Okay. A question about if Odoo can handle contract proposition in themselves. So from Odoo, can we handle like sending a contract proposition, or do we have to attach manually the contract to an email?
So I think it depends on how you're using it and how integrated or customized your database is, because I guess it depends on your own database. So for that, about the contract propositions, that is also a question that we had before. I advise to stick around and talk to us and to the product owners afterwards, so then we can discuss a little bit further, because each database can be different and has different customizations as well.
Okay. Thank you. We also have someone who wants to know if there is a connection between this application and project and tasks. Would it be possible to create a task from the employee app or the HR app?
Yeah, technically, all the application forms in this case becomes a task, because once they send the email, it is seen as a task on our recruitment form. But if you want to, for some reason, attach it to link it to project or to our app project, I do believe you could eventually, yes, with some customizations.
Okay. I see a lot of people writing questions, so I'm going to take the one that is done.
Okay.
Is it possible, once you have extracted the data from the OCR, from the CV, to make advanced search on the data of the CVs? Like, for example, look for CVs that have special skills, special language.
Well, once you extract the data out of the CV, you'll have all the main information on your applicant form, and afterwards you can group them by skills in this case when you add them. However, at the moment we are only using the OCRs to transfer the data immediately to the applicant form and not necessarily to do advancement searching.
Okay, perfect. I see someone who wants to see the demo of the OCR and not just how it works. I guess we can ask them to go by your stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please. You can see us at the HR HR booth, and there we will be able to show you closely.
Yes, it's the same for the one who wants to see how we can share the availability to candidates. Just pop up by the booth and we can make a customized demonstration.
Indeed,
for you.
if you have a very specific question or a very specific question to your industry, maybe you can always come and meet us afterwards to have more information, and we can even show you immediately what you want to see. I think it's a little bit easier that way.
Yes, we have also a few other questions that are a bit tricky to understand. So for you, if you don't have your answer, don't hesitate. to come by. I see someone asking if the list of skills is configurable.
So at the moment, the ones we have is the ones that I showed here in this case. That was language development, so IT knowledge, music, and marketing. Those are the ones we have at the moment, but yes, if you want to customize them, why not? You can customize them on your own database afterwards, with, of course, extra customizations.
Okay, perfect. I believe we've seen all the questions.
Perfect.
So in any case, if someone else wants to ask more, come by the booth.
Yeah,
and we
don't
can answer
hesitate,
them.
guys. We are here for you. And thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank
being here
you.
with me. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
I appreciate it.